This is VSC, the current top 1 challenge, which is basically just a fancy way of saying the hardest short level. Look at this thing, bro, it's tiny. I can only scroll like 5 YouTube shorts in this time. But there's an issue. This level has held the #1 spot for over 2 years now, and I think that needs to change. But who do you think I am? I'm not some bloody creator. I can't just like build a level, right? So I'm gonna do what I do best. Buffing. That's right, I'm gonna buff the wave in blast processing to a new top 1 challenge. It's gonna take the community by storm and probably not be beaten by anyone, but hey, I just wanted to do it fun. So I'm actually not gonna do it with this first wave because I think it would be a little bit more interesting to do it with the second wave, just because it's got like this first part here, then the dual wave, which we could do some cool things with. Do I even need to show the original part? I feel like everybody knows the blast processing wave by this point. So I guess let's just hop into the editor and let's start building stuff then. So first thing I want to establish is I don't really want to just like select this and then move it up so it's like that. Because yeah, that makes it hard, but it's not hard enough because you can kind of just do that one click, let go. It's like only a few clicks. We need a lot of clicks in this to be hard, right? I think the first thing we should do is we should come up with like an alternative design for like a little, 7 isn't the black color. All right, let's make that the black color. I'm not going to be sticking to strictly 1.9 by the way. So I think we could probably do something like this, but the issue is that the player can get below that. So we probably want to, maybe I can just straight up create a pillar like that. The pillar does kind of dig into that slope a little bit, but I can also go ahead and do like that. And then in terms of the inside of these, I might just go for the regular old, like these things. Oh, actually, you know what? I might use these blocks. Yeah, those blocks could work quite well. Oh, such a good creator, dude. I am the best creator. Literally name a better creator. You can't. And then, wait. Oh, it's delicious. If I could eat Geometry Dash objects. No, I'm sticking with it. If I could eat Geometry Dash objects, this is one I'd eat. All right. I think I'm also going to, ooh, that might mess up a couple things. A little bit, but I want to do something like this because that's like a VSC gap. I was taking a quick look at VSC before and I think, yeah, this is like a gap that's used quite a bit in that level. So you know what? I'm going to copy it because this needs to be harder than VSC, remember? And it's not going to be harder if it's not harder. Okay, so once you exit that, I want to have, ooh, wait, hang on. Is this gap possible? Yep, that's possible, and oh my god, that's possible. Okay, we're doing that. Welcome to 50 billion of those gaps all around the place, probably. And we need a little bit of spam in here as well. Like, this wouldn't be a good challenge without a bit of spam, so I might go ahead and, like, chuck one of these bad boys in here. And then maybe even, oh my god, chuck, like, I'll do this spike, yeah. And then, of course, I'll do the classic VSC thing of, like, chucking a few of these in here, just so it, like, it's a little bit harder, you know? I don't have, like, a designated verifier for this level. I'm just gonna kind of upload it and see if anybody beats it, but I'd be kind of surprised if they do. Look, if you want to try and beat the level, go for it, but I wish you luck, man. You can one-click that if you're good enough, but I imagine that doing 2 clicks would be more consistent. Although that placement of the spike is a little bit evil, I'm not gonna lie. Just to be a bit nicer, I might move that slightly to the left, just so it's like not quite as bad, right? Were there any saws in this section? No, that must have been buffed blast processing moment. I was like, I swear I remember there being saws in this level. But I do want to add some saws in here, because I think some saws would be good. So let's add those guys in there, and then I can probably copy this and chuck it there. Oh my god. You kind of come through here, you have to go through there and then like spam through here somehow and just try to survive. I don't know, man. I'm not the player. It's not my job to decide how people are going to beat this, you know? For now, I don't think I'm going to bother doing like all of the structures and stuff. I'll add the spikes in now and then just add the structures around them later, I think. But then of course, we got to add some upside down portals, bro. Honestly, what am I doing if I don't add upside down portals? And then because you have to click in it, oh my god. That gameplay is not dreadful at all. Not at all, dude. And then we gotta have room for the arrow here. So we'll have a little open bit in there. And then let's just, it's so evil, yet I have zero remorse for doing it. And that's upside down as well, oh my god. Maybe I could even get away with putting a pad here. No, definitely not. Although I do want to include a pad somewhere and then just like, that is so evil. Oh my god. No, there's no way. There's no way that's possible. But I reckon that is possible, and that will be quite difficult, I think. And then I can put another spike, like, here. So you have to really be close to that. Yes, dude. Oh my god. That is so evil, dude. It's actually horrible. Speaking of evil, that might be a little bit too evil. What about something like this? So that kind of lines up to there. Something like that. That's kind of an interesting... So you have to go up, and then you gotta, like, get through there, and then through there, and then through there somehow. Maybe I'll even like encourage that and make that path like the way you need to do it, but it's really hard like that. I want to do something with D blocks really quickly as well. Maybe like a boom, and then like a half-spaced one up there. Wow, that is easy. Oh my god, that is so easy. Okay, hang on. How do I make that harder? Let's do something like this and then have another spike there. Oh my god, that is a tight gap. Okay, I figured out how to make it evil. And then I can make it even worse by having like this spike down here. So it's actually a super, super tight gap. It's the equivalent of this gap here. But because it's down here, it's like delayed and you won't know until like you get there. Maybe I'll do something like this. We have to go through there. All right, I think this is starting to come together. I still need to fill in all the structures and stuff, but I can do that like really, really quickly. That's not really the difficult part of this. The difficult part is like actually making the gameplay, right? So you got to be so close to that. Oh my god, dude, that is so tight. It's ridiculous. Okay, and then we've just got this tiny last space to fill. Let's do something nice. And then I'll have a little spam through here so that you have to like come up here and then immediately start spamming and then go into that tight timing out of the spam. God, this is such a dreadful challenge. All right, so there's the whole first part decorated and the whole first part done. I'm going to bot it real quick and let's give it a look at what it looks like. It's so stupid. There's the whole first part done, which I think is a little bit goofy to say the least. So now for this second part, I think I'm just gonna let the player completely fall down here. Cool, cool, cool. So you kind of go down there and then I want you to like have to go right after that. So let's go back to layer 1. And you know what? I might add in one of my own structures here. Oh my god. I guess that's a regular half space. Yeah, I've never really thought about that. Is that possible? That is so stupid. And then what I kind of want to happen is I want to use some D blocks in fancy ways with this to make it off center. So you can see that with the wave landing on here, now they're a little bit higher than they should be, right? And I can kind of use that to my advantage with this here as well and have a D block there. So they're like very off center by the time you get there and then kind of create some interesting gameplay around that. I think could be quite neat. Yeah, maybe I can have some floating structures in there. You know what? Who's going to say anything about a floating structure? And then that's a really tight timing because you have to wait until you're under there to click and you like need to click there. And then I'll have you spam through like a really tight corridor, like right here maybe. But of course that's not tight enough. We need to ka-chow that in place like so. And then we can chuck a spike there just to make sure you know that you have to let go and then go up. You can't just hold off of that. Oh, I'm doing it. Bro, this is actually so hard. This is the hardest part I've made so far in this level. Once it gets off center, it's really, really hard to like make it work. So maybe you've got to land like down here like that. And so I'll put D blocks on there. So you got to land there and that'll kind of recenter you. Like that, and then I'll have you go through like, yeah, actually, maybe I'll have you go through there, and then you have to go down there. Okay, so if you click perfectly in line here, right, so starting there, that'll be off the ground, and then he'll be going up there. That would be a really cool timing, actually. I'll force the player to go through the coin route. Okay, so you're going through here, and then you kind of go up, and then you have to go through there. That's not that hard of a timing. Just make that spike real. I think those are the spikes you go through. So they're, oh my god, dude, that is actually evil. If that works. That is actually so bad, but kind of awesome at the same time. And then I'll have like a really tight dual wave spam like in here or something. Okay, I think that should work. I'm pretty sure it should. This part's like a lot weirder. This is one of my favorite parts. Not really fully what I expected to do, but I kind of really like how this has turned out. Okay, now I've got to like actually decorate this, and I think I want to do something a bit different to here because it would be a bit boring to repeat it. And the design of this changes a decent amount here as well. So first of all, these slopes shouldn't be too hard because I could just kind of do a similar thing to what we have over here, I think. All right, I think that's looking pretty decent now. Now we need to come up with a design for these like little individual block designs here, which we don't have that many of them realistically. I'm tempted to do the same thing as those actually. So like inside of this one, I'll chuck the light ones and then maybe this one can be the darker ones. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm just going to continue the same sort of design for all of these blocks here. I think that's probably the way to go. This bottom bit looks super ugly, but you know what? It's fine. Who cares? All right, I'm going to bot this section and let's see what this section looks like. It's so stupid. Very, very goofy part, but you know what? If it works, it works. Okay. To this part, which I think is probably just gonna be more of the same. Chuck a couple of these in, chuck a couple of these in, maybe one of these. Is that possible? Oh, okay, hang on. Oh, that's possible. Isn't that like Endeavor Vortex or something? That is so unbelievably stupid, but I kind of love it. And then I can chuck a slope here even, or even just raise this one up. If I just like selected this whole slope and just boop, boop, like that. That's easy. That's easy. Maybe get rid of this arrow. Oh man, it's not gonna line up. Wait, I have an idea. I have an idea. This level is so unbelievably scuffed. It's ridiculous, but it's worth it, dude. This is the greatest challenge of all time. Well, maybe not the greatest, but it'll be the hardest. And that's what matters. Because who cares about how good something is as long as it's difficult? That's all that matters, dude. But I want you to go down and then have to click again. Maybe I can put like, that's evil enough. So you have to like spam your way through there almost. So much playtesting just to make sure this is all possible, you know? There is no universe in which what I'm cooking up right now ends well. So I want you to go through here and then have to click through there and then click out of there. Dude, I don't even know if that's like realistically possible. Well, it's there, so... Okay, anyway, we've got this part pretty much done now, which is cool. Something I might do, actually, is I might take some of these spikes and then color the inside black. Just the ones that are, like, on top of these, because I feel like it would just look a little bit better, right? Yeah, just a bit more variation. All right, let's do a quick showcase of this little tiny part here. That last little tiny part is so ridiculous. That's probably going to be the thumbnail. We're moving on to this last little part. Finally, the final section. Oh my god. Now, what am I going to do for this? Oh, I'm not 100% sure. I think, first of all, let me get rid of these arrows because these stinky arrows, we don't need these stinky arrows. And in these sections that are like in between these corridors, I kind of want to put like some saws like this just to make some like really tight control gaps that you need to get through, right? I want to make sure it's actually like physically possible. This is getting like harder and harder as time goes on. Normally, that is how it goes. I usually like end up making things harder and harder because I get used to making hard stuff and then it doesn't feel hard enough. But you wouldn't think that would happen with me trying to make like an impossible challenge, right? I think that's probably good. I think that's a pretty good like size gap for stuff, I think. And then maybe, oh, you know what? Fine. I'll chuck another one in there. I want you to transition out of it. So I'll like chuck that there so that that's like a chill through there. And then you got to go into a control bit there. So let's go ahead then and let's create like, what do I want to do in sections like here? I'd like to do stuff like this, but I want it to be like a little bit more creative. Wait, I have a better idea. I have a better idea. If I do something like this, right? I deeply apologize. I don't even know who I'm apologizing to, but whoever I need to apologize to, I'm sorry. That is so bad. Let's take out a couple layers of this then, and let's extend this whole block design up by a block, and then just ka-chow. And then you know what? I feel like we need to create like a little smiley dude that you've got to avoid. Just like this, you know? Give him a little nose in there as well that you've got to like wave through. I feel like this guy just has to be called Jeremy. Gotta love our good old friend Jeremy. Hey, I got through Jeremy. Okay, cool. Okay, now the rest of this challenge. I think through here, I just want to have one, like, frame perfect click, pretty much. Almost something I want to do here is I want to make you mini. So you come through here, you become mini, you do one click, and then become normal. Yeah, I think that's, like, ideal here. I don't know if this is, like, possible. Maybe it'll have to be like that. Yeah, like, there is no way that's possible, right? There we go, that's possible. Cool, and then I want to grab some more saw blades and do some more like controlled spam through here. And then this last bit here, I'll just do, I feel like I got to do the ultimate combo. Maybe I'll half space those up so you have to go through there if that's possible. And then it's just this last bit, which I think what I want to do for this, and I kind of came up with this idea just a little bit before, is I want to do one of these dash orbs. Chuck this guy here and then make it so you have to hit the dash orb, and I guess I'll chuck another one like up here maybe. Yeah. All right, I think that's pretty good. Now I gotta decorate this. First step, I need to decorate with these slopes, which I think I'm just gonna do these ones for. Oh, okay, I need to get rid of that. And then maybe chuck that up there. And then I'll put like some metallic slopes there, I guess. I don't know, man. Oh, well, it looks better than it did before, I guess. So yeah, I'll count that as a win. And then here, I'll probably do a similar design as well, where I'll use like these blocks on the inside. All right, cool. Well, I think that is that section pretty much done. Instead of just botting this section, I think I'm going to bot the whole thing. Before I do that though, I want this to be its own challenge. So I am going to select everything from the left here. deleter, and then select everything else, and then just kind of shift it back to the start of the level, just so that this challenge is like the entire level, because, you know, I don't want you to have to play the entirety of blast processing before you actually like get to it, right? And of course, we also need to make the song sync. So fun fact, with like the default songs, if you click custom, select custom song, and then you can like change the part of the song it's in. Perfect, dude. That is the perfect sync. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So now I just gotta like make the transition in a little bit better. And then for the rest of this, I'm going to select all of this, select all right, and delete. And how long is it? 18 seconds, dude. This qualifies for the challenge list. And then I'll just put like a 4x speed portal, and then do the thing in VSC where like there's a few pads here and you're like, pa-choo. All right, well, I think that's just about this entire level. I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna bot this and show you the final showcase, I guess. It is such a goofy challenge. Oh my god. Alright, well, that is the blast processing wave buffed to a top 1 challenge. Theoretically, I don't know how hard VSC is, but I imagine this would be pretty bloody hard. There are quite a lot of frame perfects in here, and the ones that aren't frame perfects are really, really hard. And the spams, really difficult as well. So, I don't know. I think there's a chance this is harder than VSC. Not sure. Now, for obvious reasons, I don't have anyone lined up to verify this. It would be quite a big task, but hey, if anyone wants to verify it, feel free. Blasterus. I kind of like that actually, Blasterus. Kind of like Arcturus, Tartarus, bloody Aternus ripoff. Yeah, Blasterus. That's what I'm calling it. The brand new top 1 wave challenge, extreme demon challenge. Top 0. Can you survive the blast? Verified by nobody. Yet. Alright, anyway, here is the ID if you would like to play it for yourself. And, yeah, boom. There's Blasterus. With that, I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to end off this video here. Thank you so much for watching. Really, really hope you enjoyed. Huge thank you to all the members, as always. Really appreciate it. Especially Invdu. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.